You are live.
Good morning, everyone.
What makes me mad is I'm hearing the delay. I'm not hearing through the board. That's why. I just figured it out. Sorry.
The monitor button.
He had this on program
Okay,
and not
instead of
on air. So the headphones wasn't different than the monitor, and that's what was driving me nuts.
Okay.
Pushing buttons, that's what I was doing. They were backwards. When I was playing with it yesterday, I'm like, okay, it's working properly. What the heck?
The rabbit needs a name.
Good morning. I don't know who's watching it. I just see that there's people watching.
Hello, Rachel and Glinda and Wanda.
They must be your friends. Good morning, Wanda.
Larry.
All right, are we ready?
Welcome to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer Blackwell.
And I'm Teresa Straub.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed.
Yes, and if you do not currently follow us on Facebook Live, we encourage you to do so. It's a way to get a behind the scenes of what goes on when Z93, Outlaw Country, and MonsterMediaYuma.com all go to commercial break. Jennifer and I stay live the entire hour. And it's not just Facebook Live. If you do not follow us on Facebook, it's probably a good thing to do so because we do lots of giveaways that way. We give sneak peeks onto what's coming up, and it's a great way to get all of the local news that goes on here. Jennifer is really good about keeping that Facebook page up to date.
We had some going on yesterday afternoon.
Yes, we did.
And they were able to wrap it up by the time I got off work, which was good. This was a situation over by Carver yesterday where witnesses thought they saw an individual carrying a firearm. They said threats were made. That was, they interviewed witnesses. There were a lot of officers on site because half were looking for the suspect and the other half wanted to interview the witnesses that were still there.
Exactly.
So that situation was, quickly figured out.
Yeah.
And everyone was able to move right along. But when you have over 10 vehicles going code to one location, it obviously gets a lot of attention in the community.
Well, yes, and that type of situation, obviously, with even this morning, unfortunately, there was news of another shooting. But with the day and age that we live in, people are quick to worry, and that's okay.
And that shooting is not here. It's
no,
somewhere
it's
else.
not here. I believe it's in Maryland. But people are quick to worry, and they're a little on edge, and it's understandable because of what we are going through. But thankfully, nothing came out of that. It was a false alarm, and everything went back to normal.
That's right. And then last night we had a fire out in the Roll area. And I want to thank Yuma County Supervisor Darren Simmons. He was quick to get me information that it was in a riverbed and structures were not in danger, but power lines ran across the area. So that was something that they were wanting to monitor very closely. And other people were telling me that some of that brush, it needed to be burned off. Yeah. And that this is the time of year we're really going to start to see it. Monsoon is really it's the first day of spring, but monsoon season is in June.
Yeah.
And that's when we start to see more of the lightning activity, which does set some of that off.
Especially out there in Wilton. The storms tend to go around us because of the pit we're in right here when it hits the mountains. But yes, there was a rather large fire, and I believe it's still going on. I haven't heard an update yet. Last I heard it was something like 20 acres, but that was at like 10 o'clock last night. Yeah. So I'm sure that it's continued to burn. And sometimes it's necessary for some of that extra, obviously it's a hazard because it did catch fire, but thankfully there's no structures in the area that are affected, and as far as I know, they haven't actually evacuated anybody yet. So hopefully they'll get it. They've got it contained now, and things can kind of calm down a little bit because it was a rather large fire.
It was, and the photos, you could just see it for a considerable distance. And then this morning, I think somewhere around 5 o'clock, there was a forklift fire at Taylor Farms, and they're just concerned because of a lot of the chemicals that are used in agriculture.
Yes.
So Yuma Fire Department was on scene. They did get that knocked down, and they just wanted to let people know that it involved. I don't remember the type of operation.
Forklift, I think you said?
It was a forklift itself that caught on fire, but I was receiving reports from people that said a propane tank exploded, and that's not the case. That did not happen. But again, they were able to get that under control and contain the scene, and I know some of the workers were already sent back to work if it didn't involve the immediate area where they needed to be working in. But, that kind of ties into a few different things today. Today is National Ag Day.
Yes, it is.
And it's observed annually. It's a day for everyone to recognize and celebrate the abundance provided by agriculture across the United States. Ag plays a very critical economic and food security role in our country. I mean, look at us right here in the winter vegetable capital of the world.
Exactly.
We are blessed where we are at because of the climate, the soil, a variety of factors where we can farm year-round.
Yes, we can.
That's not the case in some of the colder parts of the country, and we are blessed that we have at our fingertips so much fresh produce and the economic impact of what we have here. Ag is number one.
It really is.
And yes, I know a lot of our winter visitors are living right now. A lot of them, oh no, we're number one. No, I'm sorry, agriculture's number one. Military is a huge one too, and our tourism population is also large. But ag year round, look at all the people that it provides jobs for, and we're feeding people around the world, not just even in our country.
Nope. And a lot of I have to give kudos to all the farmers and all the farm workers out there because they do a great job. Like you said, year round, they're quick to turn over those fields and go to the summer produce or hay or Sudan grass, anything like that. It's all we are farming year round. So kudos to all those farmers and farm workers out there. And I love it because growing up here, you see the transition of the people my age that are now taking over the actual duties of the farmer because passed on from generation to generation. So it's really awesome to see. So definitely a big hand to all the farmers and farm workers out there.
It's also National Native HIV and AIDS Awareness Day and National Ravioli Day. This is I know there's so many variations of ravioli. I like the traditional with the red sauce and then the meat, but my son's more of he likes the cheese and the white sauce. So many options there. It's delicious.
I like a good ravioli.
It's also National Spring Day because spring starts today, and that ties in with it being National Proposal Day. And it's the day for those who have waited patiently for that special someone to pop the question without success. And it's observed on both the vernal and the autumnal equinoxes. I'm not sure why they select those days. But if you possibly been, they say if you've been waiting for one, maybe you can start dropping some hints. I don't know. They were talking about a proposal yesterday on the Kid Craddock Morning Show. My husband mentioned it to me this morning because, we had kind of a non-traditional engagement in that I proposed to him.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And you know what? It's not like I was in fear of becoming an old maid or anything because we had only been together a couple of years. But we had actually purchased a cruise to go on as a trip, and I thought may as well make it our honeymoon,
right?
And I think we were younger, but I see much younger kids getting married these days. We were 21 and 22, and we certainly didn't have things figured out. 23 years later, we don't have things figured out.
I was going to say, I'm way past that age, and we still don't have things figured out.
But do you remember how I proposed?
No, I don't remember.
I created like a fortune cookie type situation, but I typed a message and put it inside a hamburger. And I think that's what led to his fear of eating my cooking for quite a while.
Did he eat it?
Yeah, but he bit into it. I envisioned it a little bit differently. And he's like, the expression on his face was like, I go, well? And he goes, yeah. There you go.
I think he was more scared he was going to choke.
Probably.
No, I did hear them talking about that. I thought it was funny because they're like, well, in that instance, does the girl go ask the parents of the father or the mother of the soon-to-be husband for their hand in marriage? And I don't think you did that.
I think my dad claims he's still waiting for a dowry, but my husband tells me that the woman's family pays the dowry.
I think that's so funny.
Because Jeff says if he doesn't get it, I'm going back to my dad.
At this point?
And I have to take Jace with me. I don't know if that's a deal breaker or not.
I think your dad's going to pay the dowry just so you don't come home.
Okay, I want 2 goats. Coming up on the show today, Tymmie Woods will be here to talk about One Book Yuma. This will be taking place at the Arizona Western College campus. And then Sarah Wisdom's going to be talking about the One Book Yuma taking place at the
Library.
within the Yuma County Library District. And then we have Leah Littlewood. She's going to be talking about the Yuma area art educators. It's an art auction. Did you say, was it the 39th annual?
Yes. I believe
Yes,
so.
that's
Yeah,
what
I was going to say, I believe so. I have to pull up the flyer again. But yes, it's been going on for quite a long time. And I'm glad that the Littlewoods are involved this year. And hopefully they get to raise a lot of money.
That's right. And I, when Leah reached out to you to be on the show, my son's, when he was in high school, Shelley Springborn was his art teacher one year. And she had sent me the information originally. And it's funny to think back because everyone has, art is perceived so many different ways. And it's really interesting. We have a lot of art in our community right now. We
love it.
The murals that Momo was commissioned to do. I got an up close look at the Hummingbird mural yesterday by Economy Muffler on First Avenue, just before 24th Street.
Yeah,
I mean it's beautiful. It's something really interesting.
It is, and I think I really do have to give props to the Littlewoods because I think with them bringing the co-op, encouraging people to actually bring out their artistic side, going into the schools and teaching these special classes to all of our little kids and things. I think it's really inspiring a lot of people just to do something, whatever, because art is your own thing. It could be you perceive your art as something different than everybody else perceives it. But as long as you're doing something creative to get that imagination flowing, I think it's art too.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Well, we also want to remind you that we are going to be doing another drawing today for tickets to the Diamondbacks. Now, this is for next Tuesday's game. I think it's their last spring training game versus the Cleveland Indians at 12:40 p.m. So you probably need to make sure you have the day off, or you can get the day off. But your 4 tickets are baseline reserved. They're valued at $120. For this to enter, all you need to do is go to monstermediayuma.com, click on the contest tab at the top, and there's a quick little form for you to fill out. I had to silence my email notifications.
Yes.
Because we were getting quite a few of them. But we encourage it. We want all those entries to come in because we love our Diamondback fans.
Yes.
And noon is the cutoff today. And this works a little quicker than our text line too. They come in real time. So I'll be doing the drawing about 12:15.
Okay.
We will let that winner know so they can start planning. And then we have tickets for the opener, the home opener.
Ooh.
We're excited about that, and I'll tell you tomorrow how we're going to do that. But another giveaway that we shared this morning via social media, and you've been hearing about it on the radio since yesterday, Z93 and Outlaw Country are giving away a family 4-pack of tickets to the Yuma County Fair.
Ooh.
It's 4 is very popular. It's a $104 value. There are 4 admission passes and then 4 friendship passes. And each of these, they have a little tab. They're good for 4 rides or shows.
Great.
Through Brown's Amusement. So it's a great value, and I know everyone's always looking for an opportunity to win something, especially fair time. It can be expensive if you have a big family.
Yes, and if you don't and you like to go multiple times.
Yes, and there are some that do because there's a lot to see.
There is.
I love to go and check out the art and the photography and the exhibits in the art building.
Yeah.
But I also like the animals. And for me, that's what I do first, and then I'll venture over. No, I don't really do the rides anymore. I would go through. This is dating me. So many rolls of film when Jace was little. Really? I could take 3 rolls of film at the fair on one Saturday afternoon because I had to have all my photos of 20 of him on every single ride, pretty much. And, just things change when they sniff, get a little bit older. But I always enjoy going out there. And we can't forget the food.
Oh, definitely the food. I think a lot of times I go out there just for the food. But, we have our nephews, Kevin's nephews are all doing animals this year. So we usually make it, 3 to 4 times within the week to go. And then we also have our Saturday date night with all of our wonderful friends and things. We call it Saturday date night because that's Kevin and I's anniversary of when we met. We met at the fair. So all of the friends, all of us, we all go together that we're all there that night, and we all go out and have a good time. And then we take Eli a couple times. And so, yeah, it can be pretty expensive. So this is definitely a great deal.
My husband's most not fond but familiar fair memory, I think, was his senior year. He tore his ACL between sports. And he was on crutches, and he was probably not supposed to be out there. And his physical therapist busted him.
Yeah, that is not the place to try and hide.
You see everybody at the fair.
Everybody. And then, of course, the demolition derby. I mean, like you said, you go quite a bit. So
well, it's a lot of fun. But again, get those texts in. Text the keyword FAIR to 928-343-0993. Text as often as you like. We are going to draw one winner. Again, this is for the family 4-pack on April 2nd.
Okay.
And make sure you get that bounce back, FAIR, to 928-343-0993.
Sounds good.
All right, for complete rules, visit monstermediayuma.com.
And again, just to reiterate, we're doing fair tickets on the text line. And to do the D-backs entries, you have to go to monstermediayuma.com, click on the contest page, and you'll find the entry box there.
But certainly don't lose hope if you don't win those fair tickets, because we have more to give away.
We have more. Yes. We have lots more.
We have tricks up our sleeves. All right, it's time to take a break here on Today in Yuma. We'll get to our Firehouse Subs birthday shout-outs a little bit later in the show. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. Make your appointment to get your 2017 taxes done at Classic Accounting at their Yuma or Foothills location. Call 343-1040 to schedule your appointment today.
And Sprague Sports, try out your gun before you buy it on 10 lanes of controlled environment at Yuma's only indoor shooting range at Sprague's on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And Quick Refrigeration. They're a family-owned and operated business, and they've been heating and cooling the Yuma area since 1955. Visit getcoolquick.com.
And our wonderful friends over at Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services have been providing pest control services in the Yuma area for over 20 years. They're licensed with the Arizona Game and Fish Department for safe, humane wildlife relocation. You can give them a call at 928-343-9149. Message them on Facebook, Instagram, or Snapchat. You know what? Although they did give away their big fair prize, they have another Easter fair prize going on right now.
All right. We'll be back after the break with Tymmie Woods from AWC on Today in Yuma. Amber, they have not posted it yet. There's some licensing challenges that they are trying to get it figured out to conduct business in the city. So we're hoping that we can help them out with that. I believe they're coming next week.
They have some bumps in the road.
We will keep you posted.
Yes.
I have a birthday shout out if you'll add it to your list.
What is it?
Carol Rush. Carol Rush. Tom Rush and Sandy and
You ready to go?
all her kids. I'm not going to name all her kids, but she has several kids
all by
in the
yourself.
community.
All right, Tymmie, I'm going to put you in that corner over there. Okay. And then Leah's here too, so she'll go ahead and sit next to her.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Have a seat.
Is Stephanie in class?
Oh yeah. She's teaching away. She loves her new job.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is she a permanent substitute?
Until the end of the semester.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Turn the phone down.
JD says date night. Yes, we always look forward to date night.
The glaze on that pot is beautiful.
Hi, Dad.
He's quiet. Or did he pop up? Oh, okay.
This pot is from Jesse Robles. It's one of the auction items. Yeah.
Ciao. That's neat looking.
That is really
It's like an urn.
Yeah.
It's very
For a big boy.
Well, I like the colors on it.
I know, so the glazing is beautiful.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's like a fishtail.
It's a raku fire. You could tell by this dark part and the kind of metal reflective looking glaze.
Glaze on it.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
All right, we got about 20 seconds.
All righty.
I don't know if it's jingle. Oh. You forgot the words? What?
I remember that last part.
She's pretty good about it.
That's awesome.
I don't have the local channels anymore, so when I see it, I'm able to follow along. I don't watch TV commercials. That's the only thing I'd back it up for, is to watch the quick jingle.
But when you listen to it, it gets stuck in your head. It does its
It
job.
does.
Nice urn.
All right, we ready?
Yep. Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We are back with full studio today. We are going to be joining Tymmie Woods to talk about One Book Yuma, and then Leah Littlewood with the Yuma Area Art Educators spring auction that's coming up.
Yeah.
And I did write it all down.
Good job.
Now let's do our Firehouse Subs birthday shout outs, because then we have more people to cheer on all of our birthday boys and girls today.
Yes.
The shout outs are brought to you courtesy of Firehouse Subs. The Firehouse Public Safety Foundation is saving lives through donation grants. And they've given over $1 million to first responders right here in Arizona. So buy more subs, help save more lives.
Sounds good to me.
Birthdays today, Alicia Franco is celebrating along with Allie Hollis, Grayson Guerra, Andy Layton, Jada Peoples. We also have Aaron Byerly, and Anita gave you one.
Yes, Anita gave me one. We have Carol Rush. We want to wish you a happy birthday. And I have a special one, longtime friend, Larissa Flores. La Flo, we want to wish you a very happy birthday today.
And a happy anniversary goes out to David and Dawn Green, celebrating their silver anniversary today, 25 years.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Awesome people. Now, all of our birthdays for the week will get thrown into a drawing, and one lucky person will win a medium sub, chips, drink, and dessert from Firehouse Subs. And you can submit your birthday entry on monstermediayuma.com. Click on the Today in Yuma tab and fill out the little Firehouse Subs sheet there.
Yeah, you can't miss it. Just scroll down just a little bit past the day show and you'll see the Firehouse logo along with the little Celebrate logo as well. There's a little entry form, and send it there. And, make sure that you put the date in there, and make sure you give us at least 24 hours. If you're sending it now for today, we're not going to see it. The best thing to do if you have one today is just to post it on our Facebook Live feed.
That's right. All right, Tymmie Woods is with us from Arizona Western College. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm happy to be here.
Now, we are going to be talking about One Book Yuma, and there's an event taking place at the library at Arizona Western College.
Well, the library sponsors it. The academic library sponsors it, but it will be taking place in the Shoning Center.
Okay.
And we're very pleased to be inviting this year Melissa Savini, who is a science news reporter from KNAU, and she's written 2 books. And the one we're focusing on this year is called Mythical River, but she's a native Arizonan. And it just is a really interesting concept how she can bring. She relates the stories well.
Okay. Now, explain the One Book Yuma concept to me.
Okay. Across the country, a lot of the libraries have joined together, and this is what we would call a community read. So One Book Yuma, so everybody, this public library and the academic library kind of join together so that we sponsor an author and start advertising that like in the fall, so that as many people, book groups and students, classes can all read the same title and then discuss it, and we sponsor the authors to come visit.
Okay, so it's basically the Big Book Club.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a
big
big book club. Yeah.
Yes.
Will there be a test?
And you don't even have to read the book in order to come.
Is there a movie?
Not this one.
She can work on that.
Jennifer's a very busy lady, and if
She's
you know anything about her, she usually reads about 1 book a year.
And see, that's me. That's my One Book Yuma a year. But I will definitely have to check this out. It's challenging. I know how to read, but it's
Thank goodness.
I've started on a couple that are if they're not engaging, it's not going to keep my interest. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
But what I love about reading things about Arizona, historical or otherwise, is you have that tie. Yeah. And I'm an Arizona born and bred girl, so you know.
You like history.
I do. So you know that I find so fascinating. Even I wasn't born in the Yuma community, but I love all of the history here, and I've read so many different things about it. But I think I could probably support this book.
What I really like is she is a very good storyteller and mixes the history and the science together. Mm-hmm. And I like that the way she tells it, and she's been in Yuma before and had a great crowd, and we liked it so much we wanted her back. And the really neat thing about these kind of events, you don't have to read the book in order to enjoy the
stories.
The stories that she tells. And that's one of the fun things about literacy is sometimes just the storytelling, not having to read, listen. It's talking,
Right.
having a conversation.
Right.
About.
Well, we've been speaking recently because Teresa's son is he a second grader?
Yes.
And they do the AR, the accelerated reader, and the different programs there. And we were talking about what they did in the younger grades too, how they would read the teachers or instructional aides would read the stories to the children and then test them on the retention and things like that. But even though I don't read very often for pleasure, put it that way, unless it's the internet. That's got to count for something, right? We do. I know the author is out of Arizona, but we have a lot of talented authors in the Yuma community too.
Yes, and that's one of the wonderful things that we're wanting to do is in the creative writing program that we have at AWC also encourages a lot of writing and that growth, and we are seeing more and more of the writing groups at the public library too.
Oh yeah, Sarah Wisdom comes in Wednesday. She'll be here tomorrow talking about the same topic because they have the same programs taking place to help celebrate and recognize the author also for One Book Yuma. But how expansive is the library at AWC? Is everything still? Do we have a lot of the actual paperback, hardback books, or is it going really anymore?
We actually have about 60,000 volumes.
Wow.
Still in the library. One of the things that we found, our students are not as ready to go to the e-version, and so we do have a lot of the print materials, and we have a little bit of a mix.
Right.
I think it's just preference. I know in my cousin Lisa, I don't think she's watching right now, but she does a lot of e-reading. But to me, it's different when you actually, I like to have the book in my hand and turn the pages and find a bookmark and follow along. I like to actually have the book.
It's the feel.
It is.
It takes you back because reading is one of those things kind of like
I'm going to argue this one.
with the senses. Anita likes to read online.
Yeah, she does.
Just search
It's right here on my phone, my
the
phone.
smell of certain books too take you back to, there's one I remember, it was about a thesaurus in grade school.
Yeah.
And that's where I first learned about, alternate words and things like that. But I still remember smelling that book, and it was probably 30 years old then at that point, and just things take you back. All right, Leah, go ahead and slide that mic over. Anita's got to chime in here.
She wants to chime in because she's an e-reader.
I am. I love it because I have my phone and I can just click on my Nook or my Amazon Prime books. And I have 1,000 books at my fingertips. So no matter where I am, whatever circumstance life has put me at, and I have to wait, or I may have a book with me, but I'm not in the mood to read that. I'm notorious for having at least 10 books going at the same time. I really am. I enjoy all genres, and so I want to be able to I'm in the mood for historical fiction, I can pull that up. I'm in the mood for science, I want to pull that up. And it's at my fingertips. Oh, I don't want to read fiction today, I want to read, what's going on in the world. It's at my fingertips. So I enjoy that element.
What's cool is that we have so many options because Amber says she loves the audiobook. She drives so much. She makes multiple trips up to the Alpine area frequently, for children and stuff. And that puts you in the car a lot.
Yeah, and Nell's watching, and she says, print all the way, baby. I read a lot and much prefer the actual book. So it's just a matter of
preference. And Little says, isn't Facebook technically e-reading? Yeah, it is.
There's
a lot of stories. There are a lot of stories that we have on there. I think that's why sometimes I like to separate from the device and kick back and actually enjoy a book. And I don't know that I've read any yet this year, but last year I read about 4 books.
Wow.
I know, impressive, right?
That is impressive.
One was a continuation. It was a series by the same author, and I really like her style. So to find that she had created this trilogy, I'm like, oh, that was the one about funeral homes that I liked.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was
very interesting.
It was a story. It wasn't just about all the funeral home processes and stuff. All right, well, this takes place in the AWC Shoning Conference Center, and it's when?
It is Wednesday, the 21st at 1 p.m. 1 till 2:30.
Tomorrow.
No charge to attend.
Yes.
Next
month. No charge.
No charge to attend, and it's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Gotcha. All right, Mythical River.
Mythical River. Yes.
All right.
Mythical River.
Oh, perfect. She's
I like that.
She's got a visual.
It looks like we've been there.
I think so.
We can all relate. All right, we want to thank Tymmie Wood so much for stopping by and visiting with us today from Arizona Western College to talk about One Book Yuma. It's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie with her out in the courtyard, and then Allison should be back next week. She's on some college business right now, but we'll be back after the break on Today in Yuma. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. They have 30 years of experience and knowledge to benefit you. Ask about their advanced program. You can get up to a $2,500 advance while your tax refund processes. No additional fees or APR costs if you use the program. Call 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports, they offer training courses including Arizona CCW, First Shot, Hunter Education, and more. Plus, there's always a gunsmith on duty. You can find them at 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And Quick Refrigeration. They're here to ensure your comfort year-round in Yuma. They offer commercial and residential service. Plus, if you have an emergency, whether it's the middle of the night, they also offer 24-hour emergency service. Visit getcoolquick.com.
And Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services offers wildlife control like feral cat trapping, snake and skunk relocation, and pigeon extraction. You can give them a call today at 928-343-9149. Message them on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
We'll be back with Leah Littlewood after the break on Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, Monster Media, Yuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed.
I know.
No, he's right. When I read my hometown newspaper, I read obituaries.
You know that psychologically that says a lot
The boss
about
says
you.
He reads it to make sure he's not in them.
We're going to take a picture with her real quick.
All right.
That's hilarious.
You make her laugh. It's like totally opposite.
Right back here. Lighting change right here. He didn't get the blue.
I didn't get the blue memo today.
3 of us have blue ones.
Smile.
Cool. It's nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
much.
Good to see you. We make it. That's cool.
Well, thank you for listening.
Have a good one.
Bye. Thanks, Tymmie. Good luck.
All this funeral talk. Leah brings the urn in.
So funny.
Neil. Hey, wait! I love the obituaries. They're very informative and very revealing about not only the person who passed away, what their family finds valuable. But what people want to know, remember the old days when they would put the cause of death and everything in there? People are so, there's that natural curiosity
Sure.
about stuff.
I wouldn't even thought of that.
Yeah, I think times have changed a little bit.
Yeah.
A little. Privacy issues. All those
None yet.
stinking lawsuits.
Yes.
Changed the whole dynamic of our world.
Well, my station back in Safford, we'd read the obituaries every day.
Yeah.
Would you really?
Yep, the funeral homes would come by. There were 2 at the time, and they would slide them under the door.
Could we get that sponsor?
Read the obituary.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't want to read the obituaries. Oh.
You have to have the right tone for it.
I guess so.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Maybe we should have Jenna do it because they were talking about how deep her voice was earlier. I could not do it. No, thank you.
She says, I love the cause of death stuff. If you go to old cemeteries where I spend a lot of time, you'll find they add cause of death to the stone.
That is true.
Really?
Yeah, some of the old, especially like the early 1900s, it was very common. 17 to 1900s, they had the cause of death on the stone.
No obituary reading on
I
today.
keep hitting this stupid thing. I keep hitting the handle with my hand.
All right, you ready? You ready, Leah? Ready. All right, here we go.
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We want to thank Tymmie Woods from Arizona Western College for stopping by, and she says she listens to us all the time, so it's nice to have her in on this side of the radio.
Exactly. I love when our listeners take advantage of what we are offering to the community and get the word out about all of these wonderful community events. And you know what? Like I said, they get to see a different side. They actually get to see us, which we're not much different in person than we are on the radio. So.
All right, well, if you have an event or you're with an organization and you would like to come on the show or even just share the information, we know some people are a little bit shy. We would be more than happy to share that with our audience. If you go to monstermediayuma.com, on the Today in Yuma page at the top, there's a form, and that comes to both Teresa and myself. We will check our show calendar and see what we have available and try and get you in as a guest.
Exactly.
Or we'll just read the information for you if you're not able to.
But don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's not... I mean, some people are afraid of like public speaking and everything, but we make it a conversation.
You're just hanging out with friends.
Exactly.
It's like having a cup of coffee or a Diet Coke with friends.
Exactly.
That's what
That's
we are.
us.
Next up with this, she's no stranger to the show, Leah Littlewood. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right, now we are here because you're going to be talking about the 39th annual Yuma Area Art Educators Spring Auction.
Yes, so the Yuma Area Art Educators Association is having the 39th art auction. And so we have about 20 pieces that are up for auction, and we're doing a student show as well. And so we're having an area for the students to be able to show their work. We have an award winner that was juried by, the artwork was juried by Doug Nichols and also Greg Wilkinson. So that was very cool. Gail won, and so she'll be featured in the actual auction. But we'll have a live auction and then also silent auction items. We'll have food and a singer, Janaea. She's our favorite. And yeah, it's going to be a really nice time. It's free. Please come. We're raising money, or the Yuma Area Art Educators Association is raising money for material scholarships for our local kiddos. So all the money that we raise goes to them. So. And
you're gonna be displaying in student art. Is it for auction too?
No,
Okay.
It's just for display. But we're working with McGraw School, all the little kids.
And that's what I was going to say. Is if there's a student that wants to get involved, are you taking entries for that?
Oh yeah, all the way up until the day of.
Oh, perfect, perfect.
Yep, we know how Yuma works.
I loved when you guys opened the Littlewood Fine Art Co-op and you were soliciting artwork from children.
Yes.
And it was, hung lower and stuff. It's right at their eye level. It was perfect. I think that's so amazing that you guys are just helping grow these young artful minds and really promoting it in the community. And happy late birthday to you and your sister.
Yes,
Thank you.
happy belated birthday.
We did karaoke at my house. It was so much fun.
I saw, were you both born in Yuma?
Yes.
Okay, I remember seeing one of you posted the picture of you two outside the territorial prison.
Yep.
I don't know how old you were.
I'm not sure how old we were, but Bill Butler took that photo, and then I ended up photoshopping for him, for, I don't know, years now. And so I think it's funny, the irony that he took our picture when we were kids, and now I'm helping him.
Helping him out. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, well, the art auction is taking place when?
On the 24th. And it's 5 to 10, and it's free drinks. There will be food for purchase, and there'll also be a bake sale for purchase as well.
So that's this Saturday.
Yes,
See,
this
that's
Saturday.
we've been talking about so many things happening.
I
this
know.
week.
It's how it always rolls. About March, it gets crazy.
It does, but I think we still have more energy because we haven't made it through a warm summer yet,
Right.
where we're just
It's
kind
not
of
hot.
drained.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're enjoying that too.
Exactly.
And is it open to the public? Anyone
Yes.
invited to attend?
Yep, open to the public. We're hoping we get a big response. We've been working with local recovery centers, and they've been helping us with the decorations. So we have stars hanging from the ceiling and all kinds of stuff. So please check it out. It's a labor of love. The Yuma Area Art Educators Association is all the teachers in Yuma getting together and creating something for their kids to go to school, and so they just need more backing. They need more help. Let's get this event going.
They do, especially, arts is one of the areas where funding has been cut exponentially across the board, and it's been that way for years. I know the visual arts and the musical arts and stuff, they've all been affected. And if we have any opportunity to help spread the word, I love doing that.
Excellent.
We were talking earlier about, the different art projects in the community. How we've certainly seen a lot of that lately. It's getting people's attention.
Yeah, well, with the Momo murals, I'm working on a 70-foot by 23-foot right now, and I just took a break to come here. But yeah, like there's a lot of art happening in this town, and Yuma really woke up, and it's wonderful, and I'm loving it.
You brought an art piece with you.
Yes.
I know if you are following us on Facebook Live, you're getting to see this beautiful piece of artwork. But let the listeners know what we have here in the studio this morning.
So we have one of the auction items. It's from Jesse Robles. It's a raku glazed, I want to say cookie jar. I don't want to say an urn.
No, I like the cookie jar better.
Yeah. And so he made it specifically for this event, and this is just one of the examples of the pieces that are there. We have colored pencil pieces, we have paintings, oil paintings, we have other sculptures. It's really a cool array of stuff, and I'm doing some live paintings, so that will be revealed then.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
So I love that you guys feature so many different types of art. You mentioned you have Janaea, she's going to be singing.
Yes.
You guys encourage it all, and I think it's fantastic. And we were talking about this just a little bit before you came in. I think you guys at the co-op have done a really good job at bringing out the artistic side in Yuma. I think you've given them an outlet and inspired more people to actually share their art.
Right.
Because a lot of times, even myself, I think of myself as a doodle artist, drawer.
We all are, yeah.
But I get so many compliments on it. People are like, this is fantastic. And it's like, I never felt it was, but I'm glad somebody else sees that side of it, because they do take time. But I think you've encouraged more people to bring out their artistic side and show their work, and you give them a place to do that. And
Exactly.
and things like this, you give our kids the chance to use their imaginations and bring out, a lot of times now it's so... School is, they don't have a chance to bring out that imagination. They don't have that creative writing that they used to before. So being able to bring out this painting and seeing their art on the wall and people enjoying it, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, like I keep calling it the practice gallery, and so kids and adults, and my favorite thing is having a school bus in the parking lot. Like, it's a practice gallery. People can learn their craft, refine their craft, and then show their craft, and it gives people the sense of accomplishment, and that's all we want, is everyone to feel good about doing art, and also to know that it's not that hard.
It's not.
It's how you put it down.
And you know what? I know for myself personally, art is such a phenomenal type of therapy. You can just get back, I work hard sometimes. Sometimes I just need to get out of my own head. Even, with my photography, some deem that as an art.
It is.
But I like to get away and do other stuff too, and just get crafty.
You're very crafty, and you there's some things that you come up with, and it's very artistic. I know you like to say that you don't have that niche for certain things, but you are very crafty and very artistic.
I can copy a lot of stuff quite well too.
Hey, that's a good start.
From Pinterest and Etsy. I don't claim a lot of them are original ideas, but I have, even this in here, the Easter sign.
I was noticing
I did that about 4 years ago, and I designed it as a prop for photography.
Nice.
And it was a little bigger than I initially set out to create, so I'm like, it'll fit on our table in here. But I like doing stuff like that that's colorful. I know for a lot of people, my sister is a fiber artist.
Nice.
She crochets and knits, and I have no talent for that or patience.
She should join our Yarn Junkies group, which is free, and it's it's Wednesday nights.
She lives 6 hours away.
Just kidding.
But I need Chrissy, if you're watching, that's why you need to come visit. She's going to come here and visit the Yarn Junkies and get her eyebrows threaded. Those are her Yuma objectives.
Awesome.
All right. Well, again, it's this Saturday. It's the Yuma Area Art Educators 39th Annual Spring Auction. And I love that 39 years. I like that it's still going on, and our educational professionals are still fighting for our kids to keep arts alive in our schools and outside the schools. That's why I love that you guys kind of carry that theme along, too, with all the different opportunities that you have down at the Littlewood Co-op.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll make sure to include a photo of one of the items that will be up for auction.
The cookie jar.
That's not an urn.
The cookie jar.
Hashtag, it's a cookie jar, not an urn. Yes. Well, I love that piece. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And a lot of technique went into that. One of my aunts, who is extremely creative, she did a lot of ceramic work.
Nice.
and stuff. So I have quite a few things. She made a chess set, and I ended up with that.
Wow.
Yeah, this is actually how I started. I was only a ceramic artist, and then I went out to AWC and took a painting class with Mr. Blomquist. And then I realized I could paint. Yeah,
So
I love
there
it
you
all.
go.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is Today in Yuma. We want to thank Leah Littlewood so much for stopping by today.
Thank you guys.
Now, is there a website for this or a Facebook page for the spring auction?
There's a Facebook page, yes. Yuma Area Art Educators. It's just YAAEA art auction.
But if you type in Yuma area art educators, it comes right up.
Yep, they just created their Facebook page, and we're working on their website together.
And make sure you go and check out the Littlewood Fine Art and Co-op page, too. They always have a lot of classes and exciting things.
Lots of things.
All right. Thank you so much, Lee. It's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie with her out in the courtyard. We'll be back on Today in Yuma after the break. It's Z93, Outlaw Country, Monster Media, Yuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank
very
you.
So there's a form, not a Facebook message? So sorry. I will start using the form.
No, it's okay. Either way,
If you know how to find us.
there.
it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
exactly.
Yeah, that's all.
If you use the form, it comes to both of us.
Yeah.
So most likely when I miss it, she's going to say, hey,
hey,
did you see
did
that
you
message?
see this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
It smells beautiful out
It
there,
does.
doesn't it?
I'm like, thank you, Lord, for Claritin.
Fig got fed this morning, but it was later. He was right outside the front door, and I didn't know he was there. So when I go to open it, it was like a broom, and he's like, hey, wait a minute, get here.
You know what I could do is take a picture of the front of the building and superimpose something for you.
okay. And I
Just
don't
message
know
it.
about on top of the building, maybe the wall right here.
Sure.
On the side, because Keith was interested. So.
We can get a lot of visibility.
Oh, yeah.
All right, scoot over here in the middle. Ooh, you want to grab that?
Yeah, grab that so we can get a picture of it so people can see it.
Thank you.
Here we go. Ready? Smile.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you very much. We shall see you later.
Every time I see her, she always has ink on her. Like a mechanic always
Yeah,
has.
exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Did you see what I shared yesterday? It was like, share if hands like these,
Oh,
provided
yes.
for you. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that was my dad.
Yep, exactly. And that's your husband.
Yep.
Getting his hands dirty. Hey. He put the fuse in for you yesterday.
No, he didn't. Anita took it out and I put it back in. Well, I couldn't. I called my dad on the way home. I said, so the fuses do more than one thing, don't they? He goes, yeah. I go, showing my trunk's open. I could not get my trunk open. I have my camera in there. I'm thinking, I'm gonna
You have to
cancel
put it back
this.
in
Yeah.
because
No, I had to have the car on and then the trunk release or the key fob would work, but
Right.
not off. And I'm like, oh,
Your seats don't pull down?
they do, but
You didn't think of that?
No, I thought of it. Because I got the camera out, but I had a box of blocks that I'm going to have someone paint. And I'm thinking, they're behind other props in the trunk. That's way back there. And then I figured, oh, wait, let me turn it on. And then it worked. So as I get home after driving in silent, my phone was down to 24%. I don't want to play music.
It was
I
funny.
popped it back in, and I go, ah!
She was texting me, and then she
that's
called
just
me.
weird.
What?
The whole radio thing in your car yesterday was
Yeah,
weird.
Jeff looked it up, and it's a known thing with that model.
Is it really?
Yep.
That's a wiring snafu.
It was funny because she was texting me, and then all of a sudden she calls me. So I was like, "Hello." She goes, "I didn't mean to call you, but it's quiet in my car." I was like, "Okay." It was quite funny.
So quiet.
Jennifer can't stand the quiet.
I understand that. I don't like quiet either.
Is it included?
I think it's included.
Morning, Victoria. You're saying I'm just a little dark today, little.
That's what he's saying. Well, you're talking about reading obituaries and talking about the urn.
I want to be cremated too. It's in my will,
It's in mine.
in case anyone wants to know. And I want each of you to have a piece of me. And I have like these little tiny keepsake bags.
We mean the locket around our heart?
Huh?
A locket to sit around our heart?
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
A big thank you to Leah Littlewood for stopping in to talk about the 39th annual Yuma Area Art Educators Spring Auction on the 24th.
I think that you're just trying to challenge yourself to say that now. Instead of doing it before.
Good morning, Justine. She just tuned in on Facebook Live, as did Victoria. She was listening on the radio and then had to join the Facebook Live feed late in the show. Just a different perspective. You can see more of what's going on behind the scenes.
Yes, you can. And, again, we do a lot on Facebook Live. We take field trips. We give some behind-the-scenes content as far as maybe some contests that might be coming along the way. We do contests on Facebook, so definitely not only follow our Facebook Live, but follow our Facebook page. And you can always go to monstermediayuma.com. If you are listening to the show right now and you have some information you want to go back that you may not have gotten a chance to write down, you can always go back to the Facebook Live feed. It is on monstermediayuma.com. Click on the Today in Yuma tab, and it's there for about 24 hours.
I just received information from the Yuma Police Department. They were doing a St. Patrick's Day impaired driving enforcement detail, and it looks like they made 6 total DUI arrests, 4 for misdemeanor DUI, 1 for extreme, and 1 for DUI drugs. There were 9 sober designated drivers contacted.
I love that.
18 speeding citations issued. 2 of them were for criminal speeding. We're not a fan of that.
No.
43 violations cited for other than speeding, 1 minor in possession, and 6 other arrests. And the average BAC, that's the blood alcohol content, was 0.174.
Well, I like that they put the designated drivers that they encounter on there, because it lets us know that there is people out there that are doing the right thing and getting a designated driver. I know we spoke about this yesterday, but I saw on Facebook one of the drivers of either Uber, Lyft, or one of those in town was giving props to all of our responsible drinkers over the holiday. And I think that's great, because more and more now, I think because of technology, it's a lot more accessible, and people are taking advantage
And affordable.
of those.
I think so, especially with the option of an app. You set it up beforehand. You set it up before you've taken part in any of the adult beverages.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people still do it. There might be challenges, but I'm glad that, especially for like Uber, Lyft might be the same also, where it has your photo, so they know who they're picking up.
Yeah, they have like a little bio so they know, and you can follow along where your driver's at to pick them up and pick you up and things like that. So definitely, I'm glad that people are using their sober drivers in different ways of transportation.
Do you know that the last male northern white rhino has died in Kenya?
I did. I saw that. What was his name?
Sudan.
Sudan. Yeah, I saw that this morning.
He was 45, and in human years, that would be about 90.
Oh, wow.
And he's encountered some issues. It was challenging for him to walk, and he was, I believe, getting a lot of sores that weren't healing. And it was very hard for them to make the choice to go ahead and euthanize him. But he leaves behind, there are 2 females, and I believe his daughter and his granddaughter.
Oh.
And they say that, because he's the last male of the species, it would die there. But I believe that they have some specimens available, and they're possibly going to try and impregnate down the road to see if they can keep that going. But again, I saw some of the numbers this morning, like the black rhino. There's 4 subspecies, 1 declared extinct in 2011. The population is between 5,000 and 5,400. They're listed as critically endangered. And for the white, they have 2 subspecies. The northern, now there are only 2 alive. The southern, there are more. There's between 19,000 and 21,000. That's considered near threatened. And the greater one horn, the population is 3,500. That's listed as vulnerable. The Sumatran, there are only 100 of them in the world.
Wow.
They're critically endangered. And the Javan, it's Javan. There are only 67 of those. They are critically endangered. And a lot of them started being placed on the endangered list back in the 80s. People wanted them for some of the aphrodisiac tendencies that they believe the horns provided. They were used in some of their cultures for medicine and different things like that. Yeah. But obviously at the cost of the species.
And that's sad, it really is. I know we were talking the other day about the pandas, how rare they are, and it's really sad to see, but I'm glad that there is conservation efforts, there to try and either bring this species back or even just keep it alive and going. So.
Yeah, you know what? I love animals. All of us here at the station do, and I enjoy seeing these animals. Of course, the opportunity for us to see them are generally in captivity. We're not far from the San Diego or the Phoenix zoos, and I've been to both of them, and I love to look at the animals. But it's really sad when you see the stories like this. That
Little says, "Save the armored unicorns." It's true, though. I mean, he's not lying, but these are special species, and we want to make sure that our kids and their kids can, live to see these things. So definitely want to do what we can.
Now, I got information last night. We have another golf tournament coming up. It's golf tournament season.
It's nice weather, of course.
Ron Watson Middle School is holding a golf tournament at Las Barrancas on Saturday, April 14th. They have a 7:15 a.m. check-in and an 8 a.m. shotgun tee time. And Las Barrancas is at 14076 East 48th Street out in the foothills. If you have a group of 4, it's $200. If you do it that way, you save $10 a golfer, or $60 for players who might be registering individually. Then they'll pair you up with the team if you don't have enough people that are able to go with you. And the price includes 18 holes of golf, a cart rental, and also your lunch. And again, it helps benefit Ron Watson Middle School. If you would like details, you can call 502-7413, and they are asking that you register by Friday, April 6th.
Sounds good.
I shared the information on our social media, and they have a QR code you can scan.
Oh, easy.
And allow you to pay for it and get everything taken care of.
Sounds good. There's something that's coming up this Friday that I think is really awesome. If you've been anywhere downtown, you hear of the ghost stories and things that go on down there. But the Sanguinetti House Museum and Gardens is putting on Tales from Yuma's Dark Side, Haunted History Ghost Walking Tour. This is a 21 and older event, but it sounds pretty fun.
It's going to be pretty exciting, and tickets are only $20. Now, you can indulge in an evening of haunted history where spirits are sure to appear, maybe spirits of the liquid variety also. It's a unique ghost walking tour through the historic downtown, which includes a stroll into a local pub for a glass of spirits. Tales from Yuma's Dark Side will be shared along the journey by ghost hostess Lorna Brooks, and you can hear stories of murder and mayhem that once took place. I'm waiting for Little to make a comment because he thinks I'm being dark today. All those that happen here in the Yuma community. The tour is sponsored by the Sanguinetti House Museum and Gardens. Again, 21 and older. It's just $20 for tickets. You can get information by calling 782-1841.
It sounds like it would be pretty fun to do. I know, like I said, I've worked downtown. I worked at Lou's Casino for a long time, and even going up to the old hotel above it, there's a little door that leads to a hotel, and it's really weird because that hotel, at least the last time I went up there, looked like it was like frozen in time, which is really creepy in its own right. But the first time I went up there, I was able to go in quite a bit. It was daytime. But for some reason, the second time I went to go in there, something was telling me not to go past the steps. And I didn't feel anything. I just had this overwhelming urge that, you know what, I'm going to stay right here. Even though I had been in there before, so you get those types of feelings and different, especially if you're in there, with just a couple people.
You do. It's a sensation. I was downtown yesterday with the mom and her daughter, and the daughter was asking, "Oh, what is that up there?" And I told her what business it was, and her mom says, she says, "I'm sure they're fantastic businesses," but she says, I can't go in buildings like that. They scare me too bad. She is just so terrified by a presence of something. And it's really interesting to talk to different people and hear about their beliefs.
Especially the ones that, work down there or live in these different historic buildings down there. The things that they say they've heard or seen and feel. Me, it's more of a feeling.
Skylar, where are you at?
I know, right?
Live right down there. Do you ever get a feeling or a sensation?
Yeah, definitely. So I think this will be definitely a lot of fun. So if you have the chance this Friday, and it is from 7
to 9 p.m.
7 to 9.
And it's Tales from Yuma's Dark Side, the Haunted History Ghost Walking Tour. Someone said, why don't they do it around Halloween? Well,
they do.
Don't they do the
They do
haunted trolley?
the trolley. Yeah, they do
They do something different, but this you just have different places you can go,
And I think-
it's on foot. I think that kind of leads to
Yeah.
There are a couple things. I'm speaking out of turn because I haven't been to a meeting recently. So forgive me, but a lot of things that humans don't realize, that if you become a member of the Arizona Historical Society, you get a membership pass and you get free entry into some of the different museums.
wow.
And that pass will even qualify you for discount rates on some of these different types of events. I'm not sure if it qualifies
okay.
for this ghost tour, but it's something that you could look into. But I know that Yana down at the Sanguinetti House has done a great job with getting great tour guides to come out, and I think they're doing this particular tour right now because we have a lot of winter visitors, and before they leave, this is a great
Yeah.
opportunity to get that element outside of being, the Halloween season.
Well, and even
the
if
ghoul season.
even if you don't believe in spirits or ghosts or things like that, it's a great history lesson on what's down in old Yuma. I mean, there's so much history in all of those buildings on why they were built, who has visited those. We had a lot of celebrities that came through here. So even if you're not interested in the haunted, scary part of it, there's a lot of history there.
get out and check it out if you're 21 and older.
Exactly.
All right, it's Today in Yuma on Z93 Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com. Coming up tomorrow, it's Sarah Wisdom with Wisdom Wednesday from the Yuma County Library District. Don't forget, enter by noon today to win the D-Backs tickets for your chance to win. This is for the game next Tuesday. Just go to MonsterMediaYuma.com, click on the contest tab, and you can enter right there. It's Today in Yuma on Z93 Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, KCYK Yuma, and KLJZ Yuma. Bye,
All
everyone.
right. We'll
Thank
see you tomorrow.
Have a great day.